Okay, let's do a reading. I normally don't put that much emphasis or I don't know, believe. I don't know. I don't. Astrology isn't exactly what my bread is buttered with, but we are headed into Libra season, and I love Libras. And let's just figure out what's in the energy for Libras or maybe us in general as we move into Libra season. So I did a pre-shuffle with the Cars deck, the beloved Cars deck. At the bottom is the Ace of Pentacles, the 1896 Mercedes-Benz delivery van. So that looks promising. Maybe money for October. All right, let's do our typical 5 card. 10 of Pentacles. Again, this is the Odyssey. Come on now. Come on. What are they doing to me? The 6 of Pentacles. The Ford. Oh my God, I can't even read. The Ford Tanis. I've never seen this card before, so it's pretty cool. 1960. Looks a little bit like a Volkswagen, right? So the 6 of Pentacles. I digress. The 6 of Wands. The Hanged Man. And the 8 of Swords. What? That's all brought to you by the 2 of Pentacles, a 1924 Morris commercial. Snub-nose. What am I? English is not my first language. No, it really is, though. Snub-nose van. Glasses, though. That's apparently what I need. So, I think it is time for you to get your shit together. I think October is a great time to get your shit together, put things in order, organize your finances, your household, make sure your car is up to date on its oil change, its fluid flushes, whatever you need to do to make sure that you're headed into fall season with all the boxes checked, all the T's crossed, all the I's dotted. If you do that, I think you've got a really nice rest of the month, or I think you can enjoy your month if you're taking care of that along the way. So it's also you've got a new perspective on you've got or you're getting a new perspective on your job or your dream career. However you see success is changing. That's what I'm saying. However you see success is changing. And I don't know if that's because you're in that self-doubt. I don't know if that's because you're starting to self-sabotage. But your perspective's changing on your work. Maybe you were passed over for a promotion. Maybe you I don't know. Maybe what comes to mind is maybe you want to be in finance, but you're having trouble with the Series 7 and 66. Does that make sense? I don't know. But if that's the case, then this reading's for you. Yeah. I want to pull one more. A couple more. So 10 of Cups. Now, this is interesting because I was just thinking today at the grocery store that the station wagon, well, not station wagon, the SUV version of this, about between 2010 and 14 or so, for some reason, That is the vehicle that attracts retired bottle girls. Tell me I'm wrong. Reach out to me somehow. I'm going to put up a Venmo or something. So I'm going to put up a way to reach me, even if you have to pay me to do it. But tell me I'm wrong. Like that era of Lexus, usually the SUVs, not the sedans, but that era of Lexus, all retired bottle girls who married, but not quite wealthy enough to where they can get either a new one or something other than a Lexus. Tell me I'm wrong, because I literally see this everywhere I go. And I love retired bottle girls. They're great, but it's a type. Anyway, y'all are great. If anybody's retired bottle girl who's watching, y'all are great. So 10 of Cups. And the Death card, which in this case is a 2020 Lincoln MKT. The funeral hearse, of course. Shoot. And underneath the tent. Oh, you're coming. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. This is just poetry. So this morning I did a reading, which I thought was really specific, but it was, and I highly recommend it because it was a beautiful reading, but it was specific about what I thought was a place of ego-driven Delulu in which you are pursuing someone or maybe even something that fulfills an image or is that makes sense to you in a commitment in order to portray a vision, right? So whoever that video is for, they're not thinking with their heart. They're thinking with their head and with their ego most of all. So it's making a choice and trying to secure something in a commitment, whether that's through a marriage proposal or contract negotiation or whatever, that's going to make you look like the emperor versus feeling like the emperor and actually being the motherfucking emperor in your heart. It's a there's a lot of veneer, right? So what I see, well, the 10 of Cups was pivotal in that reading because the 10 of Cups in that reading allowed us to visualize the Delulu. So this is what you think you're getting when that wasn't what you were getting at all. You were in this land of Delulu rainbows and Lexus 2010 Lexus. So Lexuses. Anyway, so this makes perfect sense because coming out of this land of Delulu where your ego is the thing that is forcing, or not forcing, but your ego is motivating and driving the decisions and the proposals and the efforts that you are making in the next few days. The end of that, coming into Libra season, death to that Delulu idea of milk and honey, rainbows, and if only I could get, trophy wife, everything would be amazing. If only I could win $1 million, my whole life would be, well, $1 million doesn't go very far these days, but if only I could get X, Y, Z, either materialistically or like status would make my life worth something. Yeah, let me tell you something. You're already worth so much. I have a feeling if you're reading tarot, you're starting to either get the glimpse of that or you already understand it now. So I probably won't have to harp too much on that. But that's definitely, I'm glad I pulled from the Cars Tarot again because it just kind of came full circle to this morning. And I was kind of wondering, like, what am I going to pull on for this afternoon? Because I'm having coffee and I'm like, instead of reading, how about I pull a draw for the video. But but what beautiful poetry that is, everything to come full circle. And Death to that ego idea. Death to the ego. New perspective. Okay, let's go ahead and draw on the Eight of Swords. I wanna pull from this other deck for the Eight of Swords, the 1980 Ford Bronco 3. My parents had one of those. Well, no, they didn't. They had a 1972 Ford Bronco when I was but a wee baby, and of course it was very loved and used by then. It was green. I loved that car so much. So much. It made a lot of noise, I remember. It was really noisy. And we tried to take a couple road trips in it, but because it was a Bronco, of course, it was pretty unreliable. So we ended up taking the Oldsmobile a lot more. And that was what would we have? A Cutlass, and then yeah, I think they got it was a Cutlass. It was a burgundy Cutlass from the 80s, I think. All right, so Seven of Pentacles on that Eight of Swords. Okay, so you're got the Page of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles. All I can get is you think you have enough to make a change. You think you've accomplished enough, collected enough, harvested enough, made enough to go forward with this change, but you're a little hesitant about it. Let's see what else there is. Four of Swords. Yeah, you're a little hesitant about it. There's some fear always behind the Four of Swords. You feel pretty alone in this. Yeah. I swear I'm not looking at these cards before I pull them. Yeah, pretty fucking alone. And the Sun, though. The Sun, though, is the opportunity behind it. This Sun card has a lot of shadows, though. You know, in a lot of decks, the Sun card is just 100% vibrance, and it's like so trippy and organic and blissful and beautiful and bright and sunshiny, of course. But this Sun has a lot of shadows, and see, there's a lot of patchwork going on, and a lot of almost like you are having to create your own happiness. Like, this is a patchwork quilt that you've put together. Like, this is, you had to create this. And so I think that's what the universe is sort of suggesting that you do. Like, you're in a place where with this new perspective, there is some fear because you're on your own. I don't know if that proposal maybe didn't work out that well. I told you it wouldn't. That's the other reading. But yeah, headed forward into creating your own happiness, which is the best way to do it. Don't count on anybody else to make you happy. Let me tell ya. You'll find the people that do make you happy, and they are just worth their weight in gold. And that's not to say that they'll make you happy forever either, so you just got to grab onto it while you can. But most of you probably already know that, so I'm singing to the choir. But let's pull on the Six of Pentacles. Why the hell not? Let's see what this is doing here. This new perspective after you've had this little ego death. After the delusions are set fire. October is a month of realizing with a little bit more reality. It's a reality check, but a good one, because you recognize you have the potential to make amazing things happen in your life for yourself. And there's no, like, for real, rather than just putting up a front. rather than getting a viral Instagram reel. You're actually happy. You have a chance to be happy. That's pretty cool, you know. I mean, I'd take that, obviously, over. So, Queen of Wands at the bottom card. Another page, another page. Going cautiously into that new adventure. Very careful around yourself. Just be very careful around yourself, your own emotions. Just treat yourself with real respect. Have respect for yourself in October more than you respect others. Let's see if the second card makes any sense. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Y'all are probably not going to like this, but there's a possibility that your luck won't be very good. And if that's the case, respect yourself and be very watchful of those folks who kind of disappear when your luck isn't good. Yeah. Yeah. And having that inner strength and knowing yourself and knowing what you're capable of in relationship to other people, and the lion that can come out in you, try to temper it. Try to temper that, especially when you find out people aren't still with you after you lose, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah. This is a fascinating devil card. Look at that. So these are two of my favorite decks. So usually, well, this devil is kind of an unusual portrayal. And we have a beating heart here, I'm assuming, and then the wings. And yet the person is bound. The devil. I don't think it's the devil. I think that's you. It's okay. It's okay to don't feel like your lack of justice. This is going to be hard. This might end up being a hard month because October and Libra season is all about justice, is about getting a karmic reward, is about tit for tat. So you really will need some inner fortitude and some patience and discipline to avoid getting into a situation or writing people off or getting into trouble seriously, like with the law. Or you're gonna need that fortitude and that inner discipline this month, because you're going to want to see, I don't care if you're a Libra or not, I think you're going to want to see justice served, but it won't be. Probably, most likely, it will not be served. And so that's you all tied up. You feel like it's the devil, but it's really not that deep. It's really not that deep. So just like I said at the start, be careful. Be mindful of yourself and where your emotions are so that you can manage them. Because if you don't recognize where your emotions are and where they're coming from, then they're going to go all over the place, and you're going to get in road rage, or you're going to get in an argument that you're going to treat somebody poorly, and it's going to become really hard to come back from it, or you're going to lose relationships. So man, I want to draw something amazing. So let's draw on the Ten of Pentacles, because I want the good news. So far, we've gotten some really strong advice from the universe. You got to make your own happiness when that ego dies. You got to figure out what you're going to do. You've got to get a new perspective on life, and you've got to really discipline yourself against expressing emotions in the justice-seeking, passionate, vigilante way that you want to, okay? You've got to really restrain yourself. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't there. I really want to pull on the Ten of Pentacles, though. I want to see, is this still a little bit of Delulu, or are we actually talking about the opportunity for big happiness here? Because I really would like October to go well. I've got a lot planned in October. Come on, people. Let's have a good October. Don't make me pull on that Hanged Man. That'll be fun. Ooh. Always pulling on the Hanged Man is a Pandora's box. It's not fair. Okay. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. That keeps ringing in my head because the goddamn justice hasn't been served. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You're going to say that probably a lot this month. It's not fair internally, right? Because you're not a 5-year-old, right? I hope. You're not actually saying it out loud. You can talk to yourself, but don't tell anybody else. It's not fair, because then you're in first grade. Or kindergarten. So no, we're not going to say that, but that feeling of it's not fair is going to be there. I know it. Oh, look at that. Maybe you will get some justice. Justice is the bottom card, pulling on clarification for the Ten of Pentacles. Let's see what else we have. We have the Queen of Wands. This is, again, a different portrayal of the Queen of Wands. Again, I'm getting, you've got to make it yourself. Like in this portrayal, she looks like she's making that fire, cultivating that power. She is serene. She is doing her thing. She is alone. She is powerful within herself. You're the Queen of Wands. You can make it happen. As long as you don't get stuck in 5 cups. A little bit of a warning, but also I think this is a valid place setting for the Ten of Pentacles. It isn't all roses and rainbows and Ten of Pentacles and happiness and sunshine. Y'all know that, especially if you're Libra. So those inner struggles are always there, and we know that. So you might even be in the 5 of Cups sometimes, some moments of some days, but you're working toward having that 10 Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. So part of that happiness is going to definitely be in lifting other people up. I think you might want to try it. That's a very literal interpretation of the card, but it's definitely there. You might want to try helping people up, giving people the benefit of the doubt, literally giving them donations or a handout or help. You're in control of justice being served if you play Robin Hood this month. Does that make sense? Okay. And then we've got the 4 of Wands. So there is potential for celebration. There is potential for the 10 of Pentacles. Absolutely cultivate it yourself. Make it happen. Give back to the community. Volunteer. Be Robin Hood a little bit. I really like this reading. I do. Libra season is... Whew. I want to go ahead... No. I want to go ahead and pull on the Hanged Man. Why not? Because we can. There's a lot of things you can do, too. If you're at a loss for how to achieve the 6 of Pentacles, ask around. Just the act of asking other people, hey, what charities do you donate to? Ask people where they volunteer. Ask people if they're part of any civic groups that do good works. Just the act of asking around and recognizing what other people do, whether they volunteer at church, whether they're a member of a local Rotary, whether they volunteer at the school, put together snack packs or bed frames, or help refugees from other countries, or ESL, or there's a million different things, right? So when you're if you're at a point where you don't know what to do, how to give back, oh, what a beautiful place to be, because you get to ask people. And what a wonderful question, and what a great way to connect with strangers or even people that you know, but you don't know that aspect of their life. God damn, that's going to feel so good, and it's going to feel so good to them too. And the karma that you're going to get for allowing them to talk about those good works that they do, when they probably do it very quietly and very consciously, but also with a lot of humility. If you allow them to talk about it through just asking them what they do, you can get some good karma. You want some good karma? Here it is. Love it. All right, just real quick on the Hanged Man, because I gotta let my dog out. Yep. The Hanged Man. I'm just struggling because this is tough. I'm gonna get a couple of wacko cards. I know I am, but I feel like the bottom and the second card is pretty strong. I mean, bottom card, obviously, Awakening. So it's like this. This is a forced hangman. I feel like. I mean, do you know Mr. Bean? Like, the TV show what that's from. Anyway, my UK viewers will. So I feel like this is a forced hangman, and it could be to the death of your ego, Delulu, but whatever reason. Yeah. I'm still feeling like this is a very strong, powerful King of Swords with let me go ahead. I don't want to say, let me go ahead and pull a second. Justice again. Yeah, it's pretty. The universe is just giving me the same. And look what was driving all that. What was the fifth card? Was the Hangman. So I think the universe is just being really repetitive, and you have the ability to sort of make your own justice and create your own happiness now, which is a huge challenge, and it's something you have to work at, but it's good work. Like, it's life's work. I know that doesn't sound like super fun, but you need to get your stuff like in a practical way for October. If you take nothing else away from this, if it got too deep for you, just like make sure all your shit's done. Make sure that, you know, your pantry's organized, and your whatever business you have is, you know, you're getting things out on time, and you're putting together what you need to get done in order to have a good reputation, a healthy body, good relationships with your family, friends, and your partner, if that applies. Get your oil fucking changed. Or do it yourself, whatever you're doing. Take your dogs to the vet. Get it all done in October. I think it's very important, as well as all of this. Okay, you have so much strength, I think, that you don't really tap into, and October is asking you to tap into your inner discipline. For some of you, that might be like a big ask. That might be a big ask in October, to say, hey, I know you've had a really rough summer. 2024 has been shit on toast, but we're going to ask you to pull through October, get past your Delulu ego, and get into this place of self-fulfillment and taking care of yourself and creating your own justice within the community and yourself and those around you. So thank you very much, and good luck in October.